Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Dragon Ball Life. So today I'm giving you guys my episode 48 review of Dragon Ball Super. As always, watching this as it airs live in Japan, and Herms from Kanzenshu on Twitter translates the episode as it goes live. So, of course, as I expected, another strong episode of Dragon Ball Super. Not the best episode, but not every single consecutive episode can be the best episode, but another strong one. And some of my predictions that I made in my episode 48 predictions video did come true here. We start off the episode by seeing Trunks in the future, facing off against Black or Black Goku. Still, he's only referred to as Black. I'm guessing when Goku sees him finally, or Vegeta sees him, one of them's going to call him Black Goku. That's my guess how he's going to get that name that we saw in a lot of the Toriyama statements about the arc. But we see him there. Trunks actually goes Super Saiyan finally. Not Super Saiyan 2 or 3 especially. I thought maybe he'd at least go 2. I don't really think he'd learned the form. I think he should have learned it at this point, obviously. Maybe he figures that 1 is more useful, just like Goku and Vegeta learned. I doubt it, but if that's what Toriyama wants the outlines to be like, if that's what happened, then that's what they're going to go with. So he goes Super Saiyan against Black, but it really amounts to absolutely nothing. Black says, still putting up futile resistance. Saiyans sure are funny. This really does emphasize the fact that Black is an entirely different thing from Goku. I have no idea why he has Goku's body, and I have no idea what he has against Saiyans. But it's obvious that he does not consider himself a Saiyan. That's what I'm getting at from it. Although if you want it, even though it's different writing teams and, wasn't done by Toriyama, the story. In GT, Baby referred to the Saiyans, as, you Saiyans, you Saiyans this, you Saiyans that. When in reality, Baby was, a parasite. He was a Saiyan when he was in Vegeta, but I don't think it's something like that. This isn't the Goku from the Trunks' timeline. It's not like that at all. But I'm just kind of throwing that out there, I guess, as some little bit of extra insight, I suppose. But I'm not sure what Black actually is. That's something that I don't think anyone's going to predict unless the Makaio-shin theory is right. I haven't seen anything else that really makes a whole lot of sense. But what was really cool is we see Trunks actually use the Masenko, which, to my knowledge, hasn't been in the series. I've never seen it used in any of the games. So, it's cool to see that happen here. Obviously, he would have learned it from future Gohan, but it's kind of funny he never used it. I think in reality, he realistically never did learn it. Even in the manga, when Trunks was training with Gohan, he was a Super Saiyan that was training against a base form future Gohan. Now in the anime, he didn't go Super Saiyan until the end of the special. But in the manga, he was already a Super Saiyan, and base Gohan was way ahead of him. I don't think he really ever learned Masenko. I bet you I'm missing some detail that someone's going to burn me for in the comments. I didn't see it. I don't remember it. So that's just my thoughts on that. I don't really think realistically he ever learned it. But they're going to throw it in here just as fan service. And you know what? That's totally fine by me. Absolutely is. Trunks does manage to get to the time machine though after that Masenko. Distracting Black. Black tries to sense him. Trunks is there with Black in the time machine. Black's about to blast him, and then Trunks goes back to the past, and then Black's trying to figure out where he is the whole episode. He does not know at all. He has no clue what happened. He has no knowledge of the time machine at this point. Nothing. He gets to the past, where in between this, we get some of the present day stuff, which is what Trunks is going to anyway, regardless. But we get Mai, Shu, Pilaf, and Trunks in a classroom. And from what Herms is saying, it's a math class, which I guess I probably could have pieced together as well. But Trunks is struggling to figure out the math, and all that BS is happening. It's some side stuff, nothing really to comment on here. But what is cool, there's some chemistry between Kid Trunks and Kid Mai, which I like. It's Dragon Ball isn't a romance novel, but I like this young love aspect that they're really putting out here, obviously because of the connection with Trunks and, future Mai, future Trunks, future Mai, I should say. And, we've all been kids. We know how young love is. Unless you didn't, then, well, maybe it's probably the best you didn't experience stuff like that. But I thought it was awesome to see that kind of a take and spin on the story. It's something that I expected was going to happen because, there obviously would be a connection between those two after we saw what they were in the future. So it seems at this point the whole Pilaf gang's just one of the quote-unquote Z-Fighter friends now. I guess they don't really have any. I don't know what Pilaf's scheming, because not that long ago he was, when they accidentally took Pan into space, they were still scheming of ways to, attain items and stuff. So I'm not too sure on how this is really working, but Trunks lands in the present time, and Kid Trunks, the present time Trunks, sees future Trunks in there, does not know who he is yet, just says it's a guy with blue hair. Pilaf says they should get Vegeta because it's an alien. And I guess Kid Trunks has never been told about his future counterpart, which, if I were a parent, I probably would leave that out too. And also it makes for better story and presentation of the episode, in my opinion. More excitement and more intrigue. It's definitely a smart move to leave that mystery to Kid Trunks. Bulma learns of Trunks' existence here, gets him on a stretcher, all that stuff. They contact Whis. Bulma has her device to contact Whis, which Herms pointed out is actually probably the first time it's actually been shown, and I think that's probably right too. I think it was mentioned, but we never actually saw it. And they speak of Trunks and tell them that Trunks is here, and you gotta get the hell down here and come look at this shit. What is interesting, though, is in order to get Goku and Vegeta down there, Goku has to do instant transmission, of course. They're on Beerus' planet. They have to use instant transmission. Kid Trunks powers up, and that is enough to spark a signal for Goku to lock on. Now, remember in Resurrection F, Gohan needed to overclock his power to the point of him passing out. Now, I'm going to point this out. Trunks didn't get any stronger. Kid Trunks got no stronger from that arc to this arc. That did not happen. The only thing I can guess is that Goku got stronger, which we know from the time chamber and all this other crap with training, and maybe he can lock onto energy better. I don't know. I think it's just a inconsistency. It's Dragon Ball, so it's nothing to be shocked about at all. So that happens. They get down there. Before they go in to see Trunks, Goku goes to get Senzu Bean from Korin. And I want to say, before this scene, when they all get down there, the math teacher is there screaming. And, well, not screaming. She's scared and terrified and freaked out from all this crap. I think they should have just shoved her to the side and forgotten about her, because that scene broke up the pacing a little bit. Not to a huge degree for me, but I feel like there are some people that maybe wouldn't have wanted that scene, because it's supposed to be comedy-oriented, but it wasn't really funny, and there was also a lot of talking going on in the background, and it was supposed to be a serious scene. However, I pointed that out because the next scene where Goku goes to get the Senzu Beans from Korin, it's just Korin and Yajirobe, which, by the way, it's fantastic as always to see them. Korin's doing limbo. That scene's great because it's self-contained in its own scene. It's not overlapping another scene. It's not overlapping other people's dialogue and something that's occurring right now. Yes, there's something in the background in another part of the world, but it's by itself. The pacing has changed to something else and flown in naturally. So don't get that twisted. I understand what I'm talking about here. But Goku gets the Senzu Beans. Always great to see Korin and Yajirobe, as always. It's nice to see those characters are not forgotten about. Super's done a very good job of nodding towards older characters. It's very nice to see that. They get the Senzus, and Black, again, never figures out what happened to Trunks, but in the episode preview he does, and I'll give you guys my predictions most likely Monday. But they give the Senzu to Trunks, and Kid Trunks figures out this is Trunks. He gets all that stuff. You know, that all happens. I don't want to forget that. That does happen. Sometimes I get mixed up in my reviews. It's a one-off thing. I get mixed up a little bit sometimes. But I can't forget that Trunks does figure out this is his future counterpart. And it's... the way they show that is very nice. It's very semi-realistic. It's not maybe the most realistic thing you could ever think of, or maybe how you would react. But there's just this shock in Trunks' eyes the whole episode, the whole time he understands this. And it was just a level of realism, I suppose, or believability that I thought was well done. That's all I wanted to say. But when I saw Goku, I didn't think about this in my predictions. When Goku actually gets up to Trunks, I thought for a minute, I'm like, what would be really cool here is if Trunks wakes up and actually sees Goku and is like in shock or, you know, terrified or angry. And he gets a Senzu bean, and that's exactly what happens. He throws a punch at Goku. Trunks has a flashback to Black Goku killing Bulma, killing Mai, and then looks at this Goku, and he's in shock. He is completely overwhelmed with fury, and that was very, very smart of them to do that, because that just shows how terrifying of a being Black is, and how much he wrecked Trunks' world if it wasn't already obvious by him killing Bulma and Mai. But to just show that reality and trauma that Trunks has been put through was really nice to see in this episode. Not a high on action episode, but just from things that were in the episode that were well done, it really was nice to see those aspects, you know. It was very well put together. The only really problem, I didn't really have any problems with the episode, but there wasn't enough to scream out like, this is amazing, amazing, amazing to make it like, you know, the best episode or something. There wasn't enough going on. It's really one thing like, Trunks is here. Let's get him to wake up. And I was right to the fact that he wasn't going to say anything to anyone until the end of the episode. And he wakes up at the very end like I thought, which, granted, you know, they need a cliffhanger somehow. And it was a fantastic cliffhanger of Trunks throwing the punch at Goku. And then the preview looks amazing as well, which, again, I'll give you my predictions on that Monday. Usually they're on Sundays, but some changes happen in life, you know? But overall, I thought it was a great episode. I know every review I'm probably missing something. If I did, comment it down below and I'll share my thoughts on it. I probably missed something. It's just when I go on one-off for 15 minutes, I ramble. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. Some people think I complain too much. You know, they can go watch something else. Honestly, I don't give a shit. The people that want to watch these reviews can watch them and enjoy them, and that's what I appreciate the most. The people that actually come here and stick around and want to hear my honest thoughts. That's what I love about doing YouTube, and, you know, I get paid for it too, which is always nice. I'm just being honest here. But share your thoughts on the episode down below, guys. Thanks for watching, and again, I want to reiterate, because I got some confusion last episode. I bet you there will be some recurring people here. Even though I said there were some negative parts about last week's episode, if you had ears, you would know that I said I thought it was a great episode, and I gave valid points to why I had those negative aspects, like the way Bulma's death was treated. I'm glad that I wanted them to kill her off, but they just could have done a better job. But if you used your ears, you would have known that I thought the episode was great. I said it right in the beginning of the video. Rambling again. Thanks for watching, and of course, I'll catch you later.